If you're a financially independent person out there who spends, has monthly budgets and stuff like that, you should be able to make several $100s or probably more than 1,000 a year just ripping off credit card company. Actually, I don't want to say it's ripping off. Technically, it's just applying the terms of service in a tactical way. I've done this for a couple years. It's an easy way to make huge amounts of money back. If everyone should do it, so everyone knows that you can get cash back on credit cards, but that's like small fry stuff that's 5% cash back. That's so great. No. That's newbie stuff. Let me tell you what I do. Okay, you take credit cards, you take out credit cards, use them pump and dump them for their introductory offers and then cancel them or disable them. Okay, that's the gist of it. So here, let me give you an example. Here's a card. This is a Wells Fargo Cash. Wise Visa, I'm showing you it because it doesn't have my number on the front. But let me tell you the story of this card. I got this card around a year ago when I moved to where I am. Now I got it because it has this nice little introductory offer. And it says if you spend $500 in the first 3 months of having this card, you get a credit on it. Card of $200, that is $200 free. Okay, so when I was moving here, I knew, okay, I'm gonna have to rent a U-Haul. I'm gonna have to rent a little trailer to attach my car to the U-Haul and bring all my stuff down there, and I'm gonna have to pay for gas. That all of that together is probably going to be around $500. Even if it's a little less, I'm gonna use $500 within the next 3 months. Okay, so I got this card, I pay for the U-Haul, and the gas I write up to $500. I got my $200 free dollars and I use it on whatever I want. I went on a big shopping spree, getting all the stuff I needed for a new house. And then what did I do? I threw this card away. I'm never gonna use it again. I don't know what its terms are. I don't care. I don't care about April. You've got to be dumb if you actually use April. Everyone should just pay off all of their credit card balance all the time. So that card I'm never going to use again. In fact, it's deactivated, even if you stall it, even if you saw the number. You can't even use it, okay? So you're that. Is what I do, and you know what I did after this card. Here's the thing, that what they want you to do when you get a nice introductory offer is wow. This card gave me $200 free dollars. I love this card. I'm gonna use it forever. No. Pump and dump, get rid of the card and get a new card. That gives you the same kind of offer. And there are dozens of these, okay? So that's what I've done. I use one card once I've gotten the introductory offer from it. I go to the next one. Here's the card I have right now. It's a Bank of America card. It is, I want to say you spend $1,000 within the first 3 months. Then you get a credit of $250 or credit, or maybe points that's like 25.0 or something like that. That's $250. Okay, so $1,000 over 3 months, that's just about my monthly expenses. I mean, I have close to in fixed expenses and bills every month. So that's $600 for 3 months, and then the other $400, I'm probably gonna spend that on groceries and gas and stuff like that. Other things that may emerge, so I'm not buying more stuff with this. Of course, they want you to buy more. They want you to go into debt, but I'm just using this for my daily expenses. The only difference is at the very end of this 3 months, I'm gonna get $250 free bucks, or even if you want to make a big investment. You wanna get it, solar panels, or I don't know, fix your computer, get a new computer, or something like that. I'm taking out one of these cars. For a car, something you already are planning to do is a good idea, because you're just gonna get free money back. And when I'm done with this card, guess what I'm gonna do? Never gonna see it again. I'm going to see it again. I'm going to put it in my safe of old disabled cards that's going to be okay. And I actually have a list on my computer of the next cards that I'm going to exploit, in the order I'm going to exploit them. So as far as I'm concerned, think about the savings you make on this. Okay, if you spend $1,000, you spend $1,000 and you get $250 of that back. That is basically like for the, and again, if that's my expenses over 3 months, that's basically like having a 25 off coupon on literally everything you buy. Or if you don't want to think of it that way, that's like, over a year when you use a couple of these cards to do that. That's like getting a free vacation or an extra paycheck or two, or it depends on your situation, but it's free money. What are you gonna do? Like, say no to it. It's no more difficult. Just setting up you just have to use this card instead of another one, okay? And just sort of mentally remember how much you have left. Okay, now are there any downsides to this? Basically, no. If you look it up, there's a word for it. It's called credit card churning. I think if you look it up, there are a bunch of shill sites that are trying to scare you away from doing it because it's, terrible for banks. But the reality is, if you are a person with basic cognitive abilities, that is a person who immediately pays off all credit card debt and never go. Nobody spends more than they have. I don't know why anyone would do that more. Credit cards, but a lot of people do. I'm just pretending those people aren't listening to this video. Because they should be living with their parents, frankly, if you do that. But anyway, if you are someone who actually pays off your debt, this there basically is no downside. There's a short tier and apparent downside, and that is in any case. If you open credit cards, if you apply for credit, you are going to have an inquiry on your account, which means your credit score might decrease by a little bit, or if you've opened multiple cards recently, it might do. My score decreased by like a dozen or so points when I first started doing this. But after that level, it actually only goes up. And the reason is, if you have, let's say you do what I'm telling you to do, and over the next 2 years you open maybe a couple years, maybe you open like 10 cards or something like that. Okay, you exploit a mile, all you get a couple $100 per card. It actually looks really good on your credit score. If you have a couple $1,000s, maybe $100,000 opening credit that you have never used or gone into debt with, you've always paid off whatever you have, that actually looks really good on your credit score. So if you're applying for mortgage next month, it might not be a good idea to open a credit card, even if you're just going to get free money from it. But for people who are more long game guys, you guys who are younger don't necessarily plan on making a big purchase that you need some kind of credit score for. Yeah, there's literally no downside so long as you're not dumb enough to overspend on your credit card. That's where they want to get you there. But for anyone else, again, I never alter my behavior for this credit card. The fact that I get free money for this, I never let myself think about it. Sometimes I'll bring it up in conversation as a joke, but all that I'm concerned with is just using my typical amount of money, and then I'll happen to get a couple free $100 in my account once that time is up, and I will go on to another card. And that's gonna be it. So yeah, that is my recommendation again. It's like getting 25 off literally everything you buy, free vacation. It's actually pretty nice. The only reason I would not want to do this, and this is not a reason that a normie would not want to do this, but the only reason I wouldn't want to do this is just because credit cards, of course, are monitoring devices. But then again, so are debit cards, right? I mean, if you're one of those guys who's like, I want to use cash because I don't want the government to monitor me, or credit card companies that monitor you, that an okay reason not to do this, right? But if you're already using debit cards, there's no reason you can't do this. And it's, in fact, even if you're concerned about your privacy, I would sort of do the thing where, I'll just buy credit in some account. Let's say you have the same power company, okay, that you're going to pay a bill for, for however many years. You might as well just spend, the $500 from this on. Of course, the system is going to know you're going to be buying anyway. So it's not really it's not exposing your daily purchases to whatever to these companies. So yeah, check it out if the people watching this video do this. I don't know if the people on my channel do this. Literally all of you can make several $100 in the first year. If so long as you actually spend this amount of money, which I think most independent people usually tend to. So I don't know, we could all collectively just bankrupt a credit card company or two. I will say that some of them try and be smart about this, let's say Wells Fargo. So Wells Fargo, of course, once I open this card, there's a rule at Wells Fargo. They say, you can't get an introductory offer for another 15 months. Or there are some companies like Chase where they're like, if you've opened 5 cards in the past 2 years, you can't open a card here, because they know that people are going to exploit the system. But it's very easy when you're opening cards at different banks, and you're getting one from, they can't really regulate it between them. That's the best part. Yeah. So yeah, literally just free money.